Fish Market, and I'm going to buy some cod today from here.
Just some varieties.
Yeah. Because let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut them into small cubes.
Yes.
So I want it to hold its shape, so it's not going to dissipate or anything.
Sure. I guess, you know, that's the only one that actually goes by that name now. Now, I will say that that rockfish on the far right there occasionally goes by Rock Cod because it has such similar characteristics, you know, kind of buttery, sweet, kind of a flaky, semi-firm texture. Okay. So that one you could also do as well. I mean, you can see how thick it is. I don't know if it's thick enough for what you need.
Yeah, that looks pretty good actually.
I would say between that and the true cod, I would go with that because they both have initially the same kind of flavor.
To put the fish, I'm going to put up some herbs and some green onions. Cooking in my beautifully renovated kitchen in my food truck today. This fish dopiyaza is a specialty from Bengal. For this I need fresh cilantro, green onions, and some dried ingredients such as coriander powder, freshly ground, cumin powder, also freshly ground, turmeric, red chili powder, some spice paste like ginger paste, garlic paste, salt, and last but not least, some cooking oil. So let's get started. I will first chop up the cilantro. Let me take out the stem. Now I'm going to slice some onions. Chopping and slicing some green onions. This is going to give a really nice flavor to the dish. Let's get ready with the fish. I'm going to cut the fish into small cubes, just like this. You know, this dish is really good with boiled rice or any other kind of rice pilaf, but I personally like boiled plain rice because it picks up the taste of the dish. Just like this is fine. Now let's start cooking. And make sure you have a heavy pan, that really helps. And heat is so important for Indian cooking. The oil. And it's also very important to heat the oil. For one basic reason. The reason is when the oil is hot, it brings out all the flavors from the ingredients that you add. You're going to add the onion first in the hot oil and slowly start to stir, making sure not to fry it too much. I'm not trying to fry the onions here, just making it a little soft. And as soon as the onion softens, I'm going to add all the other ingredients except for the cilantro, which I'm going to put at the end. And the sizzle also tells you that the onions are cooking nicely. I'm making sure the onion doesn't brown at all. When you stir the onion, make sure that you stir it frequently, but lift your spoon once in a while. It's very important. You know why? Because the onion, when you stir too much, it releases all the water, and that slows down the cooking process. Now I see the sliced onions are softened enough. I'm going to lower the heat so that the onion slices don't overcook. I'm going to put the paste first, the ginger paste and the garlic paste. The turmeric, the cumin, the coriander, the red chili pepper. Now it's up to you. You can use more or less up to your taste, how hard you want the dish to be. And stir it together. Now notice I'm not going to use any water in this dish at all because I want the steam to cook the fish. So that way the fish will retain its flavor and the texture. Now I'm going to add the fish. And the green onion. The juice from the green onion is also going to help to soften the fish. Of course, I'm not going to at all forget the salt. So always put the salt on the top because that way it incorporates well with the entire ingredient, and that really helps. It mingles in the food better. I'm going to lower the heat even more now and cover it. Let it cook for a few minutes, like about 10 minutes or so, and then the fish will be cooked, and at the end I'm going to add the cilantro. Yeah, I'm going to open the lid right now after 5 minutes and check for its doneness, and I can really smell all the spices. You know, the thing about this dish or any other Indian cooking is that the spices, they really play a really nice role in the background, and the main ingredient, which is the fish, stands out. You know, that's very important because you're supposed to cook all the spices, but you're not going to taste the rawness of it. It has to be cooked and it has to harmonize in the background, mingling together in nice harmony. At the same time, you're going to taste all the goodness of the spices individually, but it's not going to be overwhelming. That's the key to any Indian cookery. Now let's check. Wow, it can really smell everything. Let me give it a taste to check for the seasoning. I think it needs a little salt. I'm going to add a little bit more. There. Now comes the finishing touch. I always like to put herbs like this, which is cilantro in this case, towards the end of the finishing, because that way it brings out the utmost flavor of the cilantro. It doesn't get overcooked, it tastes fresh, and it gives a nice dimension to the dish. Let's turn it off. Now the perks of being a chef, tasting time. Look at that. All the fish pieces are still intact. They're so nice and tender. But look how good they look. No? I can taste the crunchiness of the onion, the freshness of the cilantro, and all the cooked spices which came together so nicely in a nice harmony. It's so simple and rich. What can be better?